you go. Welcome everybody tonight officially to our January 2024 monthly meeting. We are joined by Matt Tilford with the Kelly Brush Foundation. He's going to talk about probably a little bit about the Kelly Brush Foundation and then a lot about the active project that they have going on. Which is an adapted sports resource bank. So welcome, thank you for coming, and I will go ahead and turn it over to you.
Awesome, thank you so much. Yeah, my name's Matt Tilford. I am the community engagement manager for the Kelly Brush Foundation. Kelly Brush is an awesome organization that helps people with spinal cord injury and people with other disabilities just become more active in the outdoors or active just in recreational opportunities. A little background on me. I am a T12 para. I was injured in 2007. And I was in a car accident. That's how I sustained my spinal cord injury. Before my injury, I actually installed hand controls and van lifts and stair lifts and all that kind of stuff. So pre-injury, I was around our community, and post-injury, I never left. I have worked for adaptive sports organizations as a director of programs, running adaptive sports programs. I have sold catheters and medical supplies. I worked for Exobionics for a little bit and helped out with their marketing and sales team selling Exobionics exoskeletons. And I also ran the San Francisco chapter of the United Spinal Association. So I am part of the community. I've been around forever. My whole career has been in the disability world. But I'm at Kelly Brush now, and this is my love and passion, adaptive sports and helping people be recreationally active. I'm going to go through and tell you a little bit about the Kelly Brush Foundation and some of the programs we offer, and then jump into the active project. This is a small group, so if y'all have questions, feel free. Like, we can stop and answer questions now, or we can wait till the end. It doesn't really matter, but feel free to jump in. So the Kelly Brush Foundation was started 18 years ago by Kelly Brush. She was injured while she was in college in a skiing accident, and she was on the college ski team. And her ski team wanted her to be able to ski again, so they started a fundraiser, a charity bike ride, and that bike ride is still going on. It's an annual bike ride that we continue to do this, to this year. So that bike ride was the main goal was to get Kelly active again and help her purchase a ski. And the ride did so well that they raised enough money to buy her a hand cycle and a ski. But Kelly looked at receipts and saw how expensive this equipment was and realized that there's so many other people that were going through the same thing she did. So she wanted to get people active. So she just continued the bike ride, started the organization. And today we do roughly $1 million a year in adaptive sports or grants to individuals with spinal cord injury. So just to give you a little idea, I'm going to share my screen real quick. Give me one sec. It's not giving me an option to share. Here we go. Awesome. So Kelly Brush programs are mostly grants and scholarships. We have the Path to Active, which is an awesome scholarship that runs throughout the whole year. We review it every 30 days and let people know if they were awarded a scholarship or not. But this is pretty much set up so if you haven't tried an adaptive sport before and want to try something new, we will give you a $500 scholarship to cover travel or lodging or whatever it is, so that you can go and try a new activity or have a new opportunity. So this is really, really cool for those folks that are just trying something new. And then we have the Active Fund, which is our biggest grant. This is the one that, you know, we do about $1 million a year. Looks like it's opening up. Spring Fund is opening February 1. And this one is for adaptive sports equipment. So if you're looking to purchase new equipment, this grant is really, really awesome to help you fund that. As we probably all know, equipment is really expensive. You know, a hand cycle or a mountain bike or a ski could be up to $10,000. So we want to help fund that so that you're not paying the full cost. There are some eligibility things, instructions. If you have questions on grants, I can give you info on who to talk to at Kelly Brush so that you can get those questions answered and get your grant application in. Anyone have any questions on grants real quick? Or has anyone ever got a KBF grant?
How do you get a grant?
Yep. So you go to the Kelly Brush's website, kellybrushfoundation.org, and then under programs, there's the Active Fund, which we're looking at right now. That's the one that gives you or will help you purchase equipment. And then the Path to Active, this is the one that will give you a scholarship of $500 to travel to try a new activity. And all the information is on each page. You can learn more and apply for them both through those program tabs. And all the instructions will be on there for you. So the third program that we have is called the Active Project. And this one we created because when you apply for a grant, we want you to have experience with the equipment first. And if you don't have experience, it's hard to give you a lot of money with us not knowing if it's just going to sit in a garage or storage locker or something. So we created the Active Project, which is the online hub. It's the hub for all things adaptive sports. It teaches you about adaptive sports. It is a place where you can discover programs throughout the country or like adaptive sports organizations. And you can also connect with your peers on this platform. So the first thing I'd love to show you all are the sports pages. This is where you can learn about different adaptive recreation sports. And there are tons on here, from alpine skiing to golf to hiking, mountain biking, lacrosse, rugby, swimming, pretty much anything you could think of, we have it here. This tab here is also some sports pages that we just haven't finished yet. We don't have all the information, but they're there and we're adding information as they go. So I'm going to use basketball as an example today. This is awesome for people that are new, and this is really cool for people that are, you know, seniors in the basketball world. But the first part will just give you a brief introduction of what basketball is in the adaptive sports world. And as you scroll down, you can learn about equipment options, just tips on like what kind of equipment is needed for the sport, ability level considerations, the classification for, you know, professional play or competitive play. There's different rules there. And then ease of access, like where you can find it, what kind of things you need. As we scroll further down, we have equipment options. So this one is just general sports chairs. So these chairs could be used for tennis or basketball or any court sport. But as you click the learn more, it'll direct you to the vendor's page. So you can learn more about the chair from the vendor as well. And then same thing, this one's just directed as basketball chairs. And as we go down, these are more competitive level chairs. So this is put there just so people can learn what kind of equipment you would need to play in the sport. And then as we scroll down even further, there's awesome instructional videos that give you tips and tricks on what it takes to play basketball. Videos on how to shoot or dribble, picking and stealing, basketball spacing, how to transfer into sports chairs from different ability levels. Recovering from a fall. How do you get yourself back up or get back into a chair after you fall? All the way to how do you transport your chair? How do you get it from point A to point B? Rules and competition, and then just equipment options. What kind of chairs work for different positions or different injuries? So this is a really, really awesome resource that just shows people what it takes to play adaptive sports, wheelchair basketball for this example, but any sport, all those pages have this stuff. And then you scroll down a little bit further, and this is one of my favorite parts. It shows all of the adaptive sports organizations that we've connected with so far on a map. So these blue house things are organizations that offer basketball. And then the yellow little people are users where you can go in and create your own account and say you like basketball, and you'll pop up on the map as someone that likes basketball. Then you can click and learn about them. But I'll dive a little bit more into those features in just a little bit. And that's basically the basketball page. That's the sports pages, and they're all about the same. Then as we go down, organizations and events, you can search, and right here at this bar, different adaptive sports organizations throughout the country. Wasatch Adaptive is one of my local in Utah. Or if we go back, you can search by zip code and find organizations by zip code within how much distance you're willing to travel. You can search specific sports if you like, or you could just leave it open and see what's out there. Different search options here by season or by, indoor, outdoor, by age, all those kind of things. And we'll do Wasatch again. And then it'll tell you a brief introduction about Wasatch Adaptive Sports. You can go directly to their website or their socials here. Down here, it'll give you their address, who they serve, what ages they serve, and what activities they offer. One thing that we're working on, and these are just like sports that they offer, you can click here and it'll take you back to that sports page and you can learn about those sports, like the basketball one we just looked at. But another thing that we're adding is events. So if they have events coming up, we can add them onto this page, and you can see like, hey, Wasatch is doing a group ride or something like that. It doesn't look like they have anything on there at the moment, but we can pop over to our events page, and just like the organization page, you can search by zip code, how far you're willing to travel, and you can see what events are offered in your area. So right now it looks like there's some stuff going on in Vermont, Florida, hand cycling clinics, some rock climbing clinics, some monoski camps, basketball camps, things like that. So Another really cool way to just search and find recreational opportunities close by you. And then just my favorite feature of the active project is the member map, where you can go back to that map and you can see pretty much everyone in the country that's registered as a user for the active project. And you can, let's find myself real quick. You can create your own profile and put there your about of, like, who you are, what you're about, what you're interested in, what you participate in, your social connections. And it's just another really, really awesome way to connect with other people in your area, or say you're on vacation traveling and you want to find someone to recreate with, or an organization to recreate with. This is a really good tool for that. Let's go back to that map real quick. So
Matt, it looks like you have all 50 states covered.
we do, but as we zoom in, there's not right now, there's how many people in this meeting, and it doesn't look like there's that many people in the Ohio area. So we want to get more people signed up so that people can connect with y'all. But yes, we do have pretty much all 50 states. We even have Alaska and Hawaii covered. So it's not just the lower 48. But yeah, we're trying to get as many organizations and as many people on here so that they can connect with each other and find people and places to recreate. One other thing that I'd love to show you real quick is our forums page. This is a really, really cool thing where you can chat with people from all over the country, but there's region areas. So if you're in the Midwest, you can chat and put events going on or ask questions for just the Midwest. Or if you have, specific questions on a sport, or if you want to just plug something like going on in your area, you can always pop in the forums and put a chat in there as well. We also have classifieds coming. Under the community tab, we're going to have classifieds so that if you have equipment that you want to sell so that you can purchase new equipment or just get it out of the garage, that one's not live yet, but it is coming. So that's basically the active project. Really, really cool resource and tool just to help our community. And this isn't just spinal cord injury. We've opened this up for anyone with a physical disability, because most adaptive sports organizations serve more than just our population. So you can find a friend with spina bifida or CP or something like that throughout the country and connect with them as well. Does anyone have any questions that I could chat about with y'all or answer for you? And if not, I'm just going to start asking other people for questions. Are any of you here in the meeting today play any adaptive sports or have any equipment or anything like that? Yeah. Don, what do you participate in?
Matt, I'm a golfer. I've been playing golf for about 33 years. T56 incomplete. I hit from my chair. I've always used my chair. I don't think my system is set up to stand up, and I wouldn't want to do that. So I one arm swing. I've got some adapted clubs. I've played so much, so long that I can just use pretty much standard clubs.
How do you get from,
I play my left. I hold on to the side of a cart.
Okay.
Or I jump into the seat, and from the bar in the back of my chair, I just hold it up and it's easy. I can leverage it on the cart, drive to the ball. Takes no time at all. I mean, those of us who've played are pretty maneuverable. I do it that way.
Are
And
there any opportunities, like any organizations that are offering golf in your area?
oh yeah, there's two golf courses here. I was the one that started a golf course down in Akron. It's called Challenge Golf out of Akron, Ohio.
Okay.
It was the first accessible golf course in the country, and it's kind of my home course. It's down in Akron, Ohio, and then there's a course up here in Cleveland I haven't gone to yet. Megan might know about. Meg, do you know about that one?
It's called The Turn, and it's like North Olmsted.
Yeah, I've not played that. But the golf program, it does spina bifida, Downs, stroke survivors, everybody, Matt, that would be labeled with a disability, and people with arthritis, everything else. It's a par three golf course that has nine tee selections. It's awesome. It's awesome.
So that's one of the things that I'm doing these presentations for, is not only to help you find places, but for me to learn about these places to put on our map as well.
Yeah. And
Megan,
this place,
do you think you could share my contact information so that folks can reach out to me if something's not on our map?
oh, dude, I could do that in a heartbeat.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I'd appreciate it so much, and it would do nothing but just help our community.
Matt, maybe we can contact each other again
Yep.
after this to do that.
Yep. Megan's gonna pass out my email for everyone.
Good.
So if anybody wants to reach out to me, please feel free to reach out.
And then after that, there's a company, tennis club up here in Cuyahoga County that started a tennis and pickleball program. And I used to play tennis in another lifetime, and now I'm an older para, and I've embraced pickleball, and I absolutely love it.
You are not the only one. Pickleball is big right now.
Now, not only, but only the only chair so far. We're playing with the VA this Wednesday. The VA comes every 3 weeks and brings roughly 12 to 15 people. And this tennis club has about 10 sports chairs that they've secured, so that I have my own, and pickleball is just a blast. And it's a United States Tennis Association grant to do tennis, and that we cover that, and then I do go into pickleball. So
awesome. Well,
it's
thank
a
you so
blast.
much for sharing. I appreciate it so much. Is there
Yeah.
anyone else that's recreationally active? Rhonda, I think, is in the moment active.
Yeah, I'm doing my TheraBand. I live right next to the Western Reserve Greenway Trail, and it's a 60-mile trail, paved. Used to be a railroad track. Super scenic. Got some cool stuff along the way and cool bridges to go through. And I was an avid bicycle rider before 4 years ago. I really loved a bicycle, and I want a hand cycle really bad. So I'm gonna try to do that grant thing for a hand cycle.
Awesome.
And show you guys how much I'm gonna use it. Boom,
Rhonda,
boom.
have you used a hand cycle before?
No.
Okay, so my advice to you is check out the Path to Active scholarship first, where we'll give you $500 to travel to go try out equipment. And that adaptive sports organization where you go will dial you into the right equipment. And once you figure that out, then you can apply for a active fund grant. And you can say on that grant application, I tried this equipment with this organization this many times, so that we know you've used it before. And that will speed up the process, because if you just apply for the grant without trying the equipment, we're just going to give you $500 and say, go try it.
Like somebody a gym membership and they go once and never go back.
Yep. So go out with that Path to Active scholarship and use that first.
Thank you.
Yep.
And our chapter has some hand cycles that we loan out to members for 30 days at a time. So we can maybe get that organized for you as well to try out.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah. Thanks.
Perfect.
Gets a
Yep.
little
Hey,
warmer.
Matt, Megan puts on a picnic during the summer. It's a hand cycle picnic. And in the area that we do it at, it's a really pretty flat area. And Meg brings out a lot of our cycles, a lot of the cycles. So it's
Awesome.
really a great opportunity.
Yeah, I love that you do the 30-day loan. Like that makes so much sense because people need to figure out their schedule and 30 days is plenty of time to figure out if this equipment is right for you or if this is the lifestyle you want to live.
Yeah. Deal with weather too sometimes.
Oh yeah, definitely weather. Right on. Anyone else want to chat about, their recreation opportunities or what they participate in?
Well, if nobody else has a question about that, I do have a question. You said you are a skier yourself, Matt?
I am. I have dabbled in a lot. I wakeboarded before my injury, so one of the first things I did was water ski, wakeboard, post injury. Then I tried snow skiing, hand cycling, mountain biking, basketball, a little bit of rugby. But right now, what I do mostly is mountain bike, hand cycle, and snow ski.
Very cool. Could you just quickly explain like how the chairlift works and everything with the skiing and like what your day looks like, getting up and how you manage the ski lift and all that kind of stuff? This is probably something that, and as you said that, I thought I could go on here later, but you personally do it, so I thought you may want to just kind of share how you do
Oh,
it.
I'd love to. Yeah. So skiing is awesome. Um, I'm not sure what the closest opportunity to you guys is, but there's a new organization out of Cincy that's called The Bridge. I believe it's The Bridge. Um, and I think Danny Myers is the executive director there or president. I met him just while researching mountain bike trails in Ohio when I was visiting family, and I found a mountain bike association, and then they sent me to Danny. But he is working out of a resort that's really close to the border, I think, of Cincinnati. It might be is it Indy next door to you guys?
Yes.
But they do adaptive skiing there. So if you want to try, I'm not sure distance wise what's the best.
Looking up on my name over there.
But yeah, so that's an opportunity. So most organizations will have you come in, they'll chat with you about what your injury level is or your ability level, and they'll dial you into what equipment works best for you. And that's mostly introduction. Then you can like build your way up as you have more experience. But there's a couple different types of equipment out there. There's mono skis, which we're looking at on the screen right now. It's one ski underneath you. You have outriggers with little skis on the tips that help guide you. Then there's bi skis, which have two skis under you. So if you're a higher injury, it's a little bit easier to balance on. They have like snow carts, which are like it's a bi ski, but the skis are spread out even further, and you have like kind of sticks, or I'm not sure of the right term, but poles that you can twist, and they'll move the skis for you. And And then most of these things you can do solo, like as you build up your experience, but some of them you'll have instructors that just can stay behind you and hold on to you. So it doesn't really matter about your ability level if you're, high quad injury level or a low T or L para. There, you can still go out and ski with one of these organizations. So those high injuries, somebody will just be right behind you, holding on and carting you around. Getting on and off the lift, it depends on the equipment, but you usually will have two instructors to the side of you as you're loading. And most of the mono skis and bi-skis have a lift option. Like it's a little, I don't know the correct terms, but it's something that you like a button you can push or a little tab that you can like flip, and your ski lifts up higher so that there's room for you to load onto the chairlift.
Very
Does that
cool.
help at all?
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so no matter your injury level or ability level, you can still get out there and do it. And just going to loading real quick. A lot of the times, the instructors, the first couple times, they'll kind of lift you up and they'll slow down the lift really slow, or they can stop it completely to get the ski on. But as you advance, you end up using those outriggers to lift yourself up and kind of push yourself back if you have the ability to do it, to load onto the chair yourself. So like I said, depending on ability level, you can actually go out and ski solo if you get there.
Matt, that's how I did it when I went skiing, and we have some local ski resorts. This was one called Brandywine, and I had two guys on each side, and I was able to put my arms on their shoulders, and I was in a mono, and we went up on the lift, came under us. It was just getting off afterwards when we were up at the top of the hill, and it was on a 1, 2, 3, and then they kind of like ejected you off the lift. Is that the same way it does it all the time?
Yeah, so it's kind of the same as what I was saying about loading. Unloading is the same. You can have them stop the chair up there if there isn't the experience there, or if you can't do it while it's still moving. So they can stop the chair and unload you safely there, or you can just slow the chair down a little bit. What
You know,
I do,
back
my
then I wasn't given the option. They said 1, 2, 3, let's go.
yep, yep. Yeah, so my ski is it doesn't have the loading option where like the bucket part of the ski. Can you guys see my mouse on the screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, so this bucket right here, this part lifts up even more so that there's more space in between here for the chair to fit in. My ski does not have that ability, so I have to lift the perfect amount for that chair to come in, which makes it a little bit more difficult loading and unloading. So when I unload, it's just like Don said, it's 1, 2, 3, and you have to time it perfectly. And I kind of like have my arms up and throw them forward to just try to generate movement forward or weight forward and just hope for the best. But like I said, you don't have to do that. The lift operators, when you get up to the lift, you can let them know beforehand, hey, I'd like a full stop and assistance getting on, or you can say, hey, can I have a slow down? It's all just communication with them and your instructors.
That's cool.
There's
Right on.
actually a toboggan run here, and I want to investigate that for all of us. And it's on a hill. It's part of the park system, and it's like a conveyor belt that will take you up the hill, so that for those of us in chairs or anything like that, I'm going to look into it, but it looks fun. And I don't want to be excluded because I'm in a chair. So I want to go on this toboggan run that everybody goes to.
Yep, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, any other questions or anything about the Kelly Brush Foundation grants or the active project that I can chat about?
Matt, is it a guarantee that somebody says, hey, I really want to go to Florida and play in a competitive pickleball, or I want to go to X or Y and bring somebody in here to play with us? Or I don't know. I mean, so I don't.
Yeah, so that the Path to Active scholarship, that $500 scholarship, that one is set up where it's you trying a new activity or a recreational sport or something. So if you've already played pickleball and you want to go to a tournament, it's not going to pay for you to go to that tournament. It's new
Okay.
experiences.
Okay, I get it.
So if you've never tried skiing, then that's the perfect opportunity to use it. And it's pretty much built this way because we were getting so many people filling out the Active Fund grant for the equipment that they've never used.
Got it.
So we wanted to provide an opportunity so we didn't have to say no to so many people. It's like, hey, just apply for this now. We'll pay for you to go try it, figure out if it's for you, and then you can apply for a grant and we'll buy the equipment for you.
Super cool.
Good concept.
And then then the active project came about aboard because people were like, well, I don't know where to go. Where do I go to try this new sport? So then we developed the active project to help direct people towards it, show them what the sports are about so that they can learn a little bit more and see if it's up their alley. And we just figured, hey, there's an awesome way to connect with other people too. It's not just a resource to show people where to go, but you can find friends through this as well to recreate with. And if you were at the beginning of the meeting, Meg asked like, hey, where are you at in the country right now? I live in a van full time and travel all over the country. So I love using this resource to make new friends throughout the country and recreate when I'm in different areas or go out with different organizations. I've done quite a bit with organizations through this platform while I'm traveling, and I'm sure everyone likes vacations and traveling too. So if you have that opportunity to do that, there's not very many, just like Don was saying, like, hey, I want to go try toboggans, but we never really know if we're able to do it. This is the resource that like, hey, I'm going to Florida for vacation. I want to get away from this -degree weather. But what can I do in Florida? Active project is your way. And I'll tell you what, tennis and pickleball, Don, it's big in Florida.
I've watched a lot of it. I've played a lot now, and I'm playing with AB or able-bodied. Didn't do too good this past weekend, but I'm not giving up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to get Brian out there and Megan out there, the two that I know, and then everybody else. Maybe Chris too. So
Awesome. Well, if no one has any other questions, I can wrap it up.
hey, Matt, thanks for bringing all of this to our attention. This is a lot of information. We need to stay active.
Yeah, and one of the things, that's a great point, Don, like active is anything. Let me just go back to the sports page real quick. You don't have to be an elite basketball player or a golfer. There are so many things to do that don't necessarily mean that you have to be like you consider yourself an athlete. And let's see, I think we were working on a birding page, but I don't think it's up here yet. But even just going out and hiking on a paved path just to go birding or watch something like that. The active project has resources there as well.
That is one of the most important parts. Rhonda was saying that she's in a park system, going out for a walk on a dry day. And if you only go a half a mile and then you come a half a mile back, you've gotten some fresh air.
Definitely.
Yep.
So yeah, you don't have to consider yourself an athlete to use this. This is a great way to find friends and to connect with. You don't have to be at a professional level. You can just go out for a nice stroll or, small recreation. And this platform works for that as well.
Dawn,
Awesome. Cool. Thank you all so much. Oh, sorry.
Yes, Rhonda.
why did they call it pickleball?
Well, I think it was, I'm trying to say something cute, but I'm not sure.
I was waiting for something cute, Don.
Well, they should have it. Hey, Matt, they should call it the Vlasic Classic, because Vlasic makes
Oh,
pickles.
that's cute.
And that's
Vlasic-
it, Rhonda. The
Vlasic
Vlasic
should
Classic.
jump in and
Right.
sponsor. That's
You
a great
got it.
opportunity.
You got it.
Oh man,
Hey,
awesome idea.
Rhonda, I'm not sure. I'd have to look into that.
Is it basketball? Honest, I don't know.
No, it's paddles. It's hitting plastic wiffle balls over a net, like a tennis.
Volleyball?
Tennis,
Like
badminton
tennis.
combination.
It's I compare it mostly to tennis, but on a smaller scale. I think the court's a little smaller.
A little smaller.
Yeah.
But your reactions are still, you really need to be reactive and quick at this sport.
And you have different people on your team? So it's
Well,
easier to hit some.
you can play. It's just like tennis, Rhonda. There's one against one, or two against two. Yeah.
Oh, that sounds easy.
Yeah, it's real easy. You should do it.
Easier
You
than
should go play
tennis
with Dawn
racket.
sometime.
Yeah, come on. I want everybody.
Yeah, the biggest thing that
Oh,
I see with
I did
pickleball
that.
right now are there's just not enough athletes with disabilities playing. So we're stuck playing ABs a lot, which
And Matt, that's what's
works.
happening. Yeah,
It works, but
yeah.
it's still just not as much fun as playing someone on the same level as you.
True. Matt, are you playing anything else, or are you just in the skiing realm at this moment?
The sports that I like are expensive. Like I have to buy a ski pass, and that's $1,000+ a year. So when it's whatever season I'm in, I'm pretty much just dominating that and trying to get the most ski time for the money that I'm paying to do it.
I get it. Yeah, we get it.
Mm-hmm.
Dominant.
But as you know, I've been injured for, oh man, I don't know the math, but since 2007, I've kind of stuck in a sport for a little bit, a couple years or 5 years, and then tried another one and just learned and then got as good as I can in it and then moved on to the next. Just because there's so much out there and I want to experience everything, but I'm also the kind of person that wants to figure it out and dial everything in and get good at it if I'm going to do it. So I put some time into it and then I kind of put it on the side and go to the next one.
You should come to Ohio and let Chris show you how to throw a Frisbee.
I'm surprised you haven't mentioned that yet. You're pretty good at that. That's your other sport.
Yeah, that's
The Frisbee golf.
Disc golf, yeah.
I like to play disc golf. Yeah. Don and I usually just throw like a catch Frisbee back and forth. But
yeah, just catch.
Any kind of Frisbee I'm in.
Yeah. One of the reasons I haven't is because a lot of the courses out here are on hills or mountains where it's just really hard to traverse in my chair and play the full course.
Chris,
Sure.
have you ever seen a course like that? Have you played on courses like that?
Like a hilly?
Yeah,
hilly?
like he's indicating.
Yeah, the place that I play a lot in Wellington, Finley State Park, it's got a lot of ups and downs and routes and stuff. It definitely makes it not very accessible. But then we were just in California for our honeymoon, and the disc golf course I chose to go play a couple holes at, there was a big drop. I mean, it was on California in general, it was a lot up and down.
Yeah.
But Meg sat by the one basket and threw around a little bit, and I went, down the hill and back up and around and stuff like that. She
What part
throws
of
here at the
California?
house with me a lot, but um, what's that?
What part of California?
San Diego.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, disc golf, that's one that we should add to the active project as well.
Just make sure your participants' shoulders are in good shape.
A tank chair.
Yep.
Awesome.
For Matt or anyone, I'm a C5-7 quad, and I have a couple things going on that I'm kind of losing some of my movement now. So I know you mentioned birding, but can you think of anything else that would be, somebody with very limited movement could participate in?
I mean, you could ski, you could snow ski. Like I said, there's different options, different equipment options out there that would still be able to help you get out there, and the instructor can hold on to you so you don't have to worry about balance, and you can still go out and experience some snow in that way. What else?
Right, modifications, kayaking,
Yep. Yep.
hand cycling, maybe, or just getting out on a trail.
We do a lot of trail. We go to a lot of trails. We like birds and birding and stuff, and we just pick
Yeah.
different paved trails in the Metro Park system and just go and explore. Just get out and look at birds, deer, animals, stuff like that.
Then there's also off-road trails with different equipment. There's action track chairs out there. I'm not sure if there's any organizations close to you that have those, but they're basically tank track chairs with the joystick, and you can get out into Mother Nature a little bit deeper than those paved paths.
Matt, several of us, Megan and I included, have gotten that third wheel. What's it called, Megan?
Freewheel.
Freewheel that goes on. That's the adaptive device that goes on the front of our chair to go off trail.
Yep, I use mine often.
Yeah, they're pretty neat.
Took mine to San Diego.
Richard, you could also use the Active Project app to help you find organizations out there that offer different sports, and reach out to them and say, hey, this is what I have going on. I'd like to be more active. What do you think I can do? Or what do you think that would be best? Chat with people. These organizations want to help you be active.
Yeah.
So just reach out and start a conversation.
Yeah, that sounds like the way to go. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And if it's something that you want to try that it's further away and you can't afford it, apply for a Path to Active scholarship. And Kelly Brush Foundation, like I said, we review them every 30 days. And we can help you, shoot $500 your ways to help pay for the travel to get there.
And what a wonderful resource. That's such an amazing thing.
Yep. We just want, the Kelly Brush Foundation was founded by someone with a spinal cord injury. Our executive director has a spinal cord injury. Our program director has a spinal cord injury, and I have a spinal cord injury. There's only like 3 or 4 other people that work for us and that are able-bodied, or they have some other disability identified. But we just, we're part of the community, and we know the struggles. We've been through them, and we want to help other people not have to go through those same struggles. Like, let's not reinvent a wheel. Let's just help people.
That's great. And thank you very much for this evening. It was very informative.
Sweet. Yeah. And my email will be passed out. So if you all have any questions, you didn't feel comfortable asking here, reach out. Or if you have any organizations or sports or anything that you think we are missing on the active project, please let me know, and I'll do my best to get them up there.
Excellent.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I want to thank you all for having me tonight. I really appreciate it, and hope this helped you all in some way or the other.
Yeah, thank you, Matt. I'm gonna go ahead and stop recording.